G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. I'm Dale and we're talking about day 2 of the rehearsals at Eurovision. Now these are the first rehearsals. We've only got photos and we've only got a few bit of TikTok videos, but we're going to still look at the top 3 stories of day 2 of rehearsals. Let's start with number 1. It's props. The props were out in force today, and we're going to start with Finland. I'm kind of cheating by putting Finland here so I can talk about them first. But essentially, Käärijä brought very much a kind of similar aesthetic as he did in the national final, but he has literally elevated it. He's on top of a huge box. He kind of saw Lorene's box yesterday and was like, nope, I can go bigger than that. And the dancers are inside and they kind of burst out at some point. It looks like he's going to be more of the focus. The dancers were a little bit in front of him at the national final, which I was not a fan of. But I think they look like they might get the right balance here. It's hard to tell. We haven't seen the whole thing. But he does seem to be high on stage, a lot of silhouette behind him. And he certainly started to rise in the odds again as well. So I think people like what they see. So this is great. We want to have a competition. We want a contest. And it looks like it's Finland versus Sweden. And Käärijä has come out with something that looks pretty damn good, I must say. Great use of that giant box there. Other props that came out today. Look, Belgium had the stairs. He looked great. Gustav looked like he's done a great job with his staging. I love it. He came off stage and was like, yep, we're getting there, rather than like, yep, we've nailed it. He's a professional. He's going to get that staging right and he's going to make it perfect. Armenia had this really interesting sloping structure that she's laying down on for it, which I think kind of gives this dreamscape type of thing for the kind of softer verses, which I think is really clever. I think it's a really good use of that structure, and I think they can build off that as well. So let's see how that ends up being when we actually see the rehearsal, of course. Azerbaijan had a kind of broken heart kind of prop thing there on top of, which looked pretty good. I mean, we haven't seen the shots of it, so very hard to tell. I like their outfit, so I must say. And also Denmark had the rotating kind of rooms that Riley can go through with different colors, kind of a little bit of what he was probably trying to do at national final, and he's got in his video as well. So that looks good. And I think if he can pull it off, and it might be a nice little show opener and maybe back in the running to qualify when a lot of people have put him outside the 10, maybe unfairly as well. So a lot of prop use today, but that was definitely the number one thing that popped out, plus Finland. Number 2, I'm going to talk about Israel, Noah Carell with Unicorn. Now, she kind of had a prop as well, but I had to talk about her separately. She's in this kind of box that's on a slant. It looks like it's going to be some great shots of that. And then her kind of stomping out on stage to do this big dance number looks fantastic. She's a professional. She sounds great. She looks great. It looks like it has impact. And I don't know, I think this was the big sort of one that stood out for me, I must say, today. I think Israel look a very, very good chance of that top 10 result. I think she's going to bring something, even with that very interesting song. It's going to be a stage performance. Look, there will be some comparisons people make with Chanel from the dance break last year, but it's so different. So I think it can certainly stand out on its own. So a very good day for Israel. Look out for them. And finally, the third one we want to talk about is Australia's own Andrew Lambrou competing for Cyprus. I love the look of this staging. Very impactful. Huge LEDs of fire and then also of rain with him in front. Sleeveless top, no surprise there. He looks good, but that backdrop really works for the drama of the song. The falsettos sound good from what we can hear. Of course, we don't have the rehearsals. We've just got a bit of TikTok stuff, which doesn't really show it for, exactly how it's going to be. And apparently there's a whole lot of pyro as well. So I think it's not nothing over the top. It's just in terms of like anything new staging elements. We've seen all this before, but it's how you use this. You don't have to do something weird and wow out there. You've got this big sort of well-produced power ballady thing, man ballad going on that he does, and then having these big drops, backdrops, and the fire and the drama. I think with it, I think we'll give it a real visual impact. And we already know the song is potentially a jury-friendly song, so I think it was a good day for Andrew and for Cyprus, and a little bit for Australia as well. So those are the top 3 stories of today. Let us know what you think. What were the ones that jumped out for you? Catch you later.